In the gospel text of today, we will hear a story. And the story concerns Jesus, who was invited to a meal at the house of a very prominent man. The man invited Jesus and played a very decent host. Even as Jesus was reclining at table, an unnamed woman whom everyone in the town knew was a sinner came into the house of the host because she knew that Jesus was there. She was aware of who Jesus was and could feel the presence of God through Jesus. So she comes in, and even as he reclines with his feet behind him, she bows down, puts her head to his feet, and begins weeping at his feet. And with her hair, she dries his feet. The host knows who the woman is. The host has made his judgment about the woman, and then in his mind he begins to think, is Jesus really such a holy man? Is Jesus really such a prophet? Is Jesus really the Son of God? If he was Son of God, if he was a prophet, if he was a holy man, would he not know who this woman is? Would he not allow her not to touch him at all because she is a sinner? Jesus, of course, is God. Jesus, of course, is Son of God, and therefore knows what his host is thinking. And then he tells his host a story. He said there were two debtors of a particular creditor. One of them owed the creditor 5,000 rupees and another 20 rupees. But the creditor, in his largesse, in his generosity, in his magnanimity, forgave both of them. And then he asked the host, who would love the creditor more? The one who was forgiven 5,000 or the one who was forgiven the lesser amount? And of course the host has to answer, the man who was forgiven the greater amount. Then Jesus uses this analogy to point to this woman, where he says that she is able to love so unconditionally. She is able to love without any inhibitions. She is able to love without counting the cost because she has experienced the forgiveness of God. Many of us, unfortunately, are of the impression and opinion that we must be good for God to love us. We must be righteous for God to look at us positively, like the host in the gospel of today. He was good because he wanted to earn God's favor. He was good because he wanted to earn a reward. And Jesus says, Simon, you have it the wrong way. Simon, you have it upside down, and this woman who has washed my feet with her tears and wiped it with her hair has the right way. In other words, God's forgiveness is first. God's love is first. God's mercy is first. Then my acceptance of that love, my acceptance of that forgiveness, my acceptance of that mercy comes later when I forgive, when I have mercy, and when I love. I cannot love unless I am filled with the love of God. I cannot forgive unless I am filled with the forgiveness of God. I cannot have mercy unless I have been filled with the mercy of God. The woman in the gospel text of today was so filled with the love, mercy, and forgiveness of God that she wanted to pour it out at the feet of Jesus. Have you got it the wrong way, like the host who invited Jesus? Or have you got it the right way, like the woman? Do you believe that God loves you? If you do, Will you share that love? Do you believe God has forgiven you? If you do, will you share that forgiveness? Do you believe that God is merciful? If you do, will you be merciful?